Look to Brian. Look to Brian. Is it a booth, right?
Oh. Just leaving that there.
Yeah. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the annual 2023 Spring Sports Awards. My name is Montgomery Dubé, and I'm accompanied by Catherine Berkery. We are the Athletic Council President and Vice President here at the Bronxville High School. We want to thank everyone for your continued support of all Bronco athletes this past season, and a special thank you to everyone behind the scenes who helped ensure that this season ran smoothly. To our Athletic Director, Mr. Haven, we cannot thank you and Ms. Hartson enough for all your efforts and for ensuring the safety of everyone involved. We all know that any athletic season could not be possible without the support of the Board of Education, Superintendent Dr. Kelly, Principal Ms. Meyer, and Assistant Principal Mr. Lassane. Thank you to all our spring coaches for your time, commitment, and dedication to your respective programs, and the Bronco student athletes. This spring season was extremely successful because of you. At this time, I'm pleased to hand the microphone over to Vice President Catherine Berkery.
Hi everyone, we would also like to thank our Athletic Council parent presidents, Mrs. Petty and Mrs. Alcalt, for their leadership, to our parent executive board, and to all the Athletic Council parent volunteers whose hard work, dedication, and efforts helped to improve Bronco athletics. Also, we would like to thank the School Foundation for the continued support of Bronco athletics. A very special thank you to our grounds crew led by Yomar Acevedo for keeping our fields in top condition and hanging our senior banners. Thank you to our athletic trainer, Danielle Villanova, for taking such great care of our athletes each season. A special thanks to Brian Parker for helping with the live stream. Finally, a very special thank you to Athletic Council teacher, Ms. McGovern, for her dedication to the Athletic Council. At this time, I am pleased to hand the microphone back to Montgomery Dube.
I wanted to begin by extending a big round of applause to all the Athletic Council student members, and especially Athletic Council seniors who consistently volunteered their efforts in making this the finest athletic experience for the entire Bronxville community. You will be missed. Don't forget about our dodgeball tournament this Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. At this time, we would like to introduce Bronxville Athletic Director, Mr. Haven.
Good evening. Welcome to the end of the year athletic awards ceremony. Tonight we gather to honor and recognize the outstanding achievements and contributions of our remarkable athletes. This evening is dedicated to celebrating their dedication, perseverance, and exceptional performances throughout the season. So without further ado, let us begin. First, I must take a minute to thank all the people that make up the parts of the athletic community. It's a long list. Special thanks to Mike Lee and Yomar Acevedo and their staffs for keeping our facilities up to par. George Phipps and Vic Prenny and the security staff for ensuring that people leave our practice facilities when we need that taken care of. To all the score clock operators, scorekeepers, chaperones, and to all the parents who volunteer to help out our student athletes throughout the year, thank you very much. Thanks to Mr. Curran, who makes the tournaments and senior nights special. Thank you to the Bronxville Foundation. Thank you to our school board, Dr. Kelly, Dan Carlin, Mr. Lassane, and Ms. Meyer, and Mr. McCora for always supporting the athletes. Thanks to the Athletic Council parents for all their work throughout the year. And to our student officers and members who work under the leadership of Jillian McGovern, thank you very much. Your efforts are appreciated. I'd like to thank Mr. Fenner, who stepped in and does all our team photos for us and many other action photographs for us. Thank you to Mr. Russert for really taking care of our modified sports to ensure our young athletes have a great experience. Thanks to Mr. Parker in the back room there for his services tonight and throughout the whole year with all his multimedia presentations for us. Thank you to the coaches who are dedicated to making athletics great for the student athletes in Bronxville. Once again, thank you to Danielle Villanova for the care she gives to our athletes pre and post injury. Thank you to Dawn Hartson for all she does on a daily basis. Our office has turned basically into a transportation office, transportation hub. We can't get enough buses, but every day, every night, Dawn's on the phone trying to call, trying to figure out. Brian Helling doesn't know, but his bus was canceled today. At 4:15 and at 4:25, Dawn had a new bus. So I appreciate Dawn's work. Thank you. Lastly, thank you to the parents. Your dedication and commitment are remarkable. Thank you for encouraging and supporting the student athletes throughout all the successes and failures that athletics brings. And now to the athletes. Tonight marks the culmination of a year filled with incredible dedication, perseverance, and outstanding athletic performances. As we gather for the final awards ceremony, I want to take a moment to express my heartfelt appreciation and admiration for every one of you. Throughout the year, you have demonstrated immense discipline, resilience, and teamwork both on and off the field. Your commitment to your sport and the pursuit of excellence is truly inspiring. You have shown us the true meaning of hard work, pushing boundaries, and never giving up, even in the face of challenges. Tonight, as we celebrate your accomplishments and achievements, let it serve as a reminder that every one of you is a champion in your own right. It's not just about the trophies and accolades, but the growth, personal development, and memories you have created along the way. Remember that success in athletics is not measured solely by victories, but by the values you embody as student athletes. The lessons you have learned, the friendships you have forged, and the character you have built are true rewards for your journey. As you continue on your path, carry with you determination, passion, and sportsmanship that have brought you to this moment. Embrace every challenge as an opportunity to learn and grow, and never forget the joy that comes from playing the sports you love. As we celebrate the achievements of these exceptional athletes, let us remember that their hard work, passion, and determination inspire us all. Congratulations to all the athletes. Finally, athletes, I encourage you to recognize the support and sacrifices of your coaches, teammates, families, and friends who have stood by your side throughout this journey. They have cheered for you, inspired you, and believed in you. Take a moment tonight to express your gratitude and celebrate the bonds that you have formed. Thank you. At this time, I would like to introduce and have the boys track team please come forward. Guys, sit in the front row first, and then the back row. Thank you. Front row first. Go right up.
All right, we'll use this one. That one? What? We can do that. Yeah, it's flat. It's fine. It'll be easier to manage because there's so much loose paper.
Is it just us or is that one? Okay. Good evening. My name is Max Sticker, and we are the Bronxville Boys Track and Field. The captains are J.W. Henningsen, Ian Gegenworth, Ellis Goodson, Ada McBride, and myself. Our coaches are Coach Halling, Baracco, Palumbo, Tatarian, and Tachi. Thanks to all the coaches, the athletic department, Danielle, and our parents for making our season possible.
We would now like to introduce our event groups and acknowledge our seniors. Here are our distance runners. So senior captain Ellis Goodson, senior captain myself, senior captain Ian Gegenworth, senior Andrew Jensen, Kieran McBride, Will Hogue, Liam Greenfield, Jack Toll, Nate Deutsch, Julian Gonzalez, Matthew Jensen, Luke Core, and Grant Patterson. Our pentathletes are senior Alex Clark, Sam Becker, and Federico Pirelli. Our hurdlers are senior captain Aiden McBride and Wyatt Gravier and John Sakula. And our jumpers are senior captain Max Sticker and senior Finn Sands.
Our sprinters are senior Dash Kwan, senior Max Morgan, senior Kian Merluccio, senior Andrew Doyle, senior Gavin Benton, Davis Patterson, Javier Tomala-Rydell, Sam Mandanis, Andrew Kennedy, Reed Craig, Gamanu Wathana, Sebastian Wortel, Tommy Henningsen, Aiden Gegenworth, Quentin McCarthy, Andrew Shaw, Vincent D'Amato. Our throwers are seniors Chris Scotti, Matt McSherry, Konstantinos, Alex Napolitano, Henry Friggin, Ashton Hammerling, Michael Knox, James Luongo, and Christian Metzger. We know that this team will continue to be very successful over the next few years, and we're so proud of our team's accomplishments this season. Seeing our runners, seeing the whole team develop as athletes and people over the past few years, being on the team has been an absolute privilege. Us captains wish them the best of luck for next year's season.
Where do I even start? Being a part of Bronxville Track and Field has been a privilege that I will cherish forever. Across the years, there have been countless memories and achieved accomplishments. This year may be the pick of the bunch in my eyes. The cross country and track and field programs won all 3 Class C Section 1 titles and a state championship. This just shows levels on how the program has developed. There's one more meet that us seniors have in this segment, and we'll make it count at states. We'd now like to call up our coaches to the stage. So, thank you.
All right. So being brief is not a specialty of mine, so I'm going to do my best here. So I am Coach Howling, Coach Tachi, and Coach Baracco are with us. Tonight, Coach Palumbo and Coach T couldn't be here. We have a coaching staff of 5. We usually do event groups. I do want to ask that Alex run a couple laps as punishment for being late while I talk, please. No, that was a joke. It didn't go well. The coaches here, we made a big shift. We moved to event groups, and it was a big shift in terms of what practice looked like and being on time, being punctual, being dedicated. These guys really stepped up in every facet of that. The responsibilities really amped up for our team, boys and girls, this year, and we couldn't be more proud of who they are and what they did with that. It was a big ask this year. After especially that cross-country season, section title and a state title, this team went on to be, as of this past weekend, as a team, undefeated on the year. So it's a pretty cool thing to say. As teachers and coaches, you put a lot into this, and I want to thank everyone that was involved. I know the athletic office, interesting to hear about the bus. We did a lot of work with the bus and the hotels and all the arranging this year. I want to thank Dawn and Joe for all their hard work with that. Danielle, we pretty much monopolize the training room every day at 3 o'clock. The team knows that, and we appreciate all of her hard work. The administration, the staff here could not be more supportive. Every time we have a meet or something good happens, everyone knows about it, and it's great, the support that we get. 4 years ago, the Rizzos, 5 years ago, the Rizzos ran their senior year, and 4 years ago, I started here at the school. I just want to say a personal thank you. I know I'm going to keep it brief, to the guys on the stage here. You heard senior, 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 senior. It's going to be a very different team next year. But what you all did rebuilding this team is something you should be proud of for the rest of your lives. After the Rizzos left, we had the first year I was here, COVID hit. We didn't even get a team competition. Second year, we scored 33 points at our section championship. We were 6th place in the section. We got 20 of those points from one event that no one else did. It was rough. It was rough. This year at the section championship, we won by a score of 143 points for us, and the closest team in 2nd place had 100 points. The league championship, we won by a score of 310 to 207 was the closest team in 2nd place. The county Class C championship, we won. The section championship, we won. We set 5 school records on the boys' side. Davis in the 400, Max in the triple jump and the pole vault, Finn in the high jump, Alex Napolitano getting ratified in the hammer. The 4x100 meter relay team of Dash, Max, Javier, and Davis also set a school record in the 4x100 meter run. So we can clap up to that. We had 10 all-league athletes on the boys' side. We had state qualifiers in the 4x8, the 4x4, Wyatt, Davis, Max, and Finn. I promise I keep it brief. So guys, I don't want to leave anyone out, and I want to apologize. When there's this many seniors and you've all done so much, it was ridiculously hard to give these out, and I know someone's going to be upset, so I apologize. The reality is this team was really special, and just to quantify it one more time, you have to be first in your event to go to states. You qualify in track as an individual, you don't get to compete as a team. We'd love to have a team challenge us for a state title. That would be a lot of fun. But as far as the individuals go, a lot of schools will go with 2 or 3 or 4. On the boys' side, we're bringing 13 athletes on the boys' side alone to the state meet. So that's amazing. Great job to you guys. Okay, so when these awards were made, I'm going to say that it was earlier in the year we were battling a lot of injuries. I want to first shout out the whole team, but I think one person that had a particularly tough year this year with injury was Ellis. So thank you for battling back, doing everything you could to get back for us. And we're getting right just at the right time, so that's awesome. I can't wait for this weekend. I want to start with, who do I want to start with? Let's do the most valuable field. So based on his performance in every meet, he's a school record holder in multiple events. He had an outstanding season yet again. We're going to miss him tremendously. Our most valuable field athlete is Max Sticker. So next we'll do most valuable mid-distance. Now, when someone goes down with injury, it's very hard to replace those points. It's unbelievably hard, especially when there's 30 teams in the section and only the top 6 in each event score. One person that had a tremendous season, I don't even know if he realizes how much he stepped up for us this year, scoring points. I was worried we were going to win the league, but this young man really stepped in and did a tremendous job for us. The most valuable mid-distance runner was Andrew Jensen. And then a similar fashion, stepped up in the league meet and the section championship, running the steeplechase, the 2-mile, the mile. You had to do everything, the 4x8 throughout the year. Going to states in the 4x8, but really a true distance runner at heart. Our most valuable distance runner this year was Kieran McBride. And then our most valuable sprinter, so I think this is his first year on track, and thank goodness he signed up. I think I'm pretty sure, this is the 5th school record that he set this weekend in 1 year. Our most valuable sprinter, obviously, Davis Patterson. So obviously a lot to say. We'll say a lot more, boys, so don't feel hopefully left out. We have a lot to celebrate this year, but thank you everyone for your time and for your support. Thank you if you're watching. To my family at home, I'd like to give them a little shout out. Sometimes the kids watch, so thank you to my wife for all the support and making this all possible. And to this team, I'm not going to do it here, but super sincere. When you come in, there's a little part of you that graduates as a teacher in that 4th year, that first class that you came in with. And it's been a really fun 4 years so far, and I hope you know it's been really special. So great job. Congrats. I'm not done yet.
Now we would like to welcome the girls track and field team to come to the stage. Come this way, guys. Right over here. This way.
Megan. Megan. Hey. You can use my phone too. If I'm smart. I can just scroll down. I guess I'll just go. Why is someone sitting in the front row? Hi everyone, I'm Hope Hirschberg and this is girls track. Our captains are myself, Katie, Danielle, and Miley. And our coaches are Coach Baracco, Coach Palumbo, Coach T, Coach Tachi, and Coach Howling. I would like to just start by introducing our seniors, which are the four of us and Isabella Fenner. And now here's Katie. This girls track team has been such a highlight in my high school experience. I never expected it to play such a big role in my life. Aside from the medals and achievements we've all accomplished, there are many lessons to be learned from the sport of track. It's taught me how to have goals and to really work for them. We all know the importance of the grind and how to keep pushing even when you feel you truly cannot move anymore. I've gained a support system from my teammates and especially the girls in the 4x8 who have picked me up time and time again and taught me resilience. We would never push ourselves if not for the coaches, so thank you all. Coach Baracco, Danny Tachi, Hal, and Vic for never letting us give up and pushing us through every workout and race we couldn't do without you. The girls' track and field team has been such a substantial part of my life the past 3 years. Knowing this weekend is my last time competing has brought sadness yet motivation to run my absolute best. Throughout the painful practices, late-night meets, and the nerves that fill my chest at the starting line before the gun goes off, I truly wouldn't trade the experience I had for anything. A special thanks to the athletic department, my teammates, and coaches for providing the most reliable support system I could ever ask for. We truly appreciate all that is done for us, as our season couldn't have been this outstanding without your help. Thank you. Sorry, those technical difficulties. But I just wanted to say that I haven't been on this team for a long time, and I certainly haven't run all 3 seasons for a very long time. I just started this year, and it can be very repetitive and a little bit tiring and takes a lot of commitment and drive. And I just want to say I couldn't see myself seeing it through this far without my spectacular team and my amazing coaches. I'll be running for 4 more years, and I'll be the luckiest girl on earth if my teammates and coaches are even half as dedicated and supportive as the ones in this program. I really have become a whole new person after joining this team, just for the better, and I thank you guys so much because it's been like the best time of my life. Wow.
I started running for the Bronxville track team in 7th grade, and it's been a true special journey. I've made great friends and had a lot of fun competing, but what I appreciate the most is the encouragement and guidance I received. Even when I had my worst moments running, my teammates and coaches were always there for me, and the kind of support is something I cherish. I want to say thank you to the team because I truly am grateful. Yeah.
Now we'd like to welcome our coaches up to the stage.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for inviting us here to celebrate the amazing accomplishments of this team and the other teams here today. Thanks to Joe Haven for being a big supporter of the team, for Don Hartson for making magic happen when it comes to buses and scheduling. Thanks to Danielle Villanova for keeping our team healthy and staying patient when they swarm your office for prehab before practice. Thank you to the parents for your endless support. Thanks to our coaching staff, Vic Palumbo, Dean Tartarian, Danny Tachi. And of course, thank you to Coach Brian Howling for being a great coach and an enthusiastic supporter of the boys and girls teams. They really wouldn't be where they are without you. As our captains mentioned, the team had some great accomplishments this year. They won league champions as a team and had 14 athletes win all league titles. We won the section championship, and we won first Class C county championship too. Besides that, the team now has all 3 out of 3 relay teams qualified for the state championships, which takes place this Friday and Saturday. And we have 2 individual athletes qualified, Juliette Winiecki in the long jump, with a jump that earned her a school record, and Danielle Dragoni, whose 100-meter time earned her a school record as well. And speaking of records, our 4x100 relay team also set the school record this season. We're so proud of these amazing accomplishments. In addition to all of that, as a coach, I'm really proud of the girls on this team for some other reasons too. This season, we had girls try new events for the first time, including field events. We had meets where multiple girls volunteered at the last minute to run a difficult relay for one of their teammates who was hurting or sick. We had girls staying at practice into the last possible minute to practice jumping. We had girls who came back after a bad race, even though they were scared. We have a team that cheers each other on, and inspirational captains who are there to set good examples and who take time to work with the underclassmen. These are the kind of things that make you all not just good athletes, but great as a team. And shout out to the boys team, because they contributed to this culture as well. We all functioned as one big team this year, and you guys had great seasons because of it. So, like Coach Halling was saying about the awards, we have 3 awards to give out, and I admit it was incredibly hard to choose because, in my opinion, so many athletes on this team are worthy of individual recognition, and they'll get it at our own dinner later on. So I decided to keep it simple and have an MVP for each event group, field events, distance, and sprinters, and this was based on their performances this season. So, I'm going to start with our most valuable field athlete. For those of you who don't know, in track, there's an event called the pentathlon, where in a single meet, an athlete will participate in long jump, high jump, shot put, 100-meter hurdles, and the 800-meter run. And their scores in each will tally up to 1 total score. It's a very tough event to compete in, and it requires a wide range of skills, as you'd imagine, and a very strong mental game. And there's one athlete on this team who not only learned all of these events as a freshman, but who excelled in all of them enough to place first in the pentathlon in our league, second in the Westchester County meet, and second out of all Division II athletes at the state qualifier meet, all with a smile and a positive attitude. We're so impressed and can't wait to see how she continues to grow. So our most valuable field athlete goes to Colette Ungavari. Right. So talented, she's at another sporting event. Next, I'll do our most valuable distance and mid-distance runner. Our distance team has had some high highs and some low lows this season. This runner persevered through an early injuries and some forced time off. Then she had to come back and be patient as she built her fitness up slowly but surely, and it worked. This runner won the 800-meter run in our section championship meet and came in 3rd in Westchester County in the 1500. She also helped our sprint medley relay qualify for the championship division at nationals, and our 4x800-meter relay qualify for states. She's a phenomenal runner who has only started to tap into her potential, and we're so excited to see how she continues to progress. Our most valuable distance runner goes to Maddie Williams. And last is our most valuable sprinter. When it comes to this athlete, her accomplishments speak for themselves. As I mentioned earlier, she helped break not 1 but 2 school records this season, individually in a 100-meter dash and as a relay in the 4x100-meter race. She's qualified for the state championships in 3 events, with potential to place in all 3 of them. She's one of our toughest athletes, and it's always so exciting to watch her anchor leg in the relays. Not only that, but she's a great captain and role model for our younger athletes, and I'm so happy that she's a member of our team. Our most valuable sprinter award goes to Danielle Dragoni. Thank you again for celebrating this amazing team with me. Good luck to the rest of the teams who still have a part of their season to go, and congratulations to everyone on awesome seasons.
Now we would like to welcome the girls lacrosse team to the stage and captains to the podium.
Go in the front row, Rose. Where are they? Am I first? Yeah.
Speaking next? Yeah. Okay. Should I wait until they're seated? Okay. Okay. Good evening. My name is Olivia Shinsato, and we are girls lacrosse. The captains are myself, Whitney Rowan, Anna Becker, and Catherine Berkery. Our coaches are head coach Gianna Maffei, assistant coach Scott Bacigalupo, and Marissa Spinazzola.
And now I'd like to introduce the seniors on the team and invite the entire team to the stage. Okay. Our seniors include, and our captains, Whitney Rowan, myself, Anna Becker, Olivia Shinsato, and Catherine Berkery. Our juniors include Catherine Dricchio, Alden Martinelli, Gabby Beasy, Kate Angemi, and Grace Murray. Our sophomores include Amy Villanueva, Campbell Malloy, and Linnea Henschel. And our freshmen include Addie Pulkinen, Rose Woolery, Kate Outcolt, Quinn Sheehan, Caitlin Burke, Virginia Hale, Charlotte Murray, and Ellie Garofalo. And our 8th graders include Mabel Origi, Grace Van Dienhoven, and Kendall Valente.
We have many people to thank for their help with our season, including our athletic department and more specifically Mrs. Hartson and our athletic director, Mr. Haven. Without them, we would not be able to have such a great season. We also want to thank the school board and the school foundation for their consistent support of Bronco athletics. Another special thank you to our athletic trainer, Daniela Villanova, for keeping us healthy on and off the field. And we would also like to thank all the parents who came to support us and drive when no buses were available.
And of course, we would like to thank our dedicated coaches. Thank you to head coach Gianna Maffei for all the time and effort she's put into this team. Even though it's her first year as head coach, Gianna has consistently pushed us to be our best and believed in us. All her hard work has culminated to this high-achieving states run we have this weekend. And of course, thank you to our assistant coaches, Scott Bacigalupo and Marissa Spinazzola, for motivating us to be better players and people on and off the field. Without them, we would not be the determined team and people that we are today. Again, thank you and congratulations to all the spring athletes. Now we would like to invite our coaches up to the podium.
Good evening, everyone. First, I'd like to congratulate all of our student athletes on their successes both on the field and in the classroom. Being a student athlete's not easy. It takes a lot of dedication, motivation, time management, and self-discipline to find and maintain a balance that allows you to thrive academically and athletically. I know that myself and all the other coaches in the room are really proud of you guys, and we are so proud of all that you've accomplished thus far. Secondly, I'd like to thank the people behind the scenes who make it all happen, Joe Haven and Dawn Hartson. Joe and Dawn are always making sure that the team has what we need, and they're always willing to go the extra mile to help us in any way that they can. They've been especially supportive for me in my first year as head coach by sharing lots of insight and providing guidance throughout the season. Thank you to you both. Third, I'd like to thank our team parents who not only are at every game, but they have helped organize carpools, team dinners, pool parties, you name it. They're there for everything, and they've been they've been super helpful throughout the year. You have helped make this season an incredible and memorable experience for all of our athletes and coaches. I'd especially like to thank our captains' parents who have taken on a leadership role within our team and have been my right hand all season long. Thank you guys for all that you do. Next, I'd like to thank my assistant coaches, Scott Bachgalupo and Marissa Spinazzola, who couldn't be here tonight. Scott and Marissa truly have completed our coaching staff, and the three of us have created an incredible bond that allows us to support one another and challenge one another to help the team be the best that it can be. We aim to encourage our athletes by pushing them to reach their fullest potential while promoting positivity all around. The team wouldn't be where it is today without Scott or Marissa. To my girls, each of you hold a very special place in my heart, and I'm incredibly thankful for the relationships that we share. Watching you girls grow throughout the season has been so rewarding and fulfilling, and I couldn't be more proud of you. We've had a few ups and downs throughout the season, but through it all, we found a way to support one another and lift each other up. The competitiveness and coachability of this team has allowed us to be successful. As I said all year long, it's not about the individual wins and losses, it's about looking at the bigger picture. That bigger picture is finally within sight. This weekend, we'll be competing in the New York State semifinals up in Cortland with hopes of advancing to the state finals to win a second state championship. We will be giving out individual awards next week at our awards dinner, but tonight I'd like to call up each of our senior captains to be honored. All right, first up we have Whitney Rowan. Welcome. Next we have Olivia Shinsato. Catherine Berkery. And last but not least, Anna Becker. Congratulations to our senior captains. You girls have been wonderful leaders and mentors to your teammates both on and off the field, and you have helped our underclassmen be the players that they are today. Thank you and congratulations. Thank you everyone for coming out tonight, and congratulations again to all of our student athletes on all of your accomplishments thus far. Thanks.
Now we would like to welcome the boys tennis team to the stage and captains to the podium.
Yeah, are we sure it's printed out here?
Somewhere up here. I'll just pull out my phone.
Dude, no, I need to fucking read it.
Good evening. We're boys tennis. The captains are myself and Harrison Brown, and our coach is Mr. Clairfeld. Harrison.
First off, we'd like to acknowledge our seniors, who are Jay Marshall, Charlie Clifford, Alex Ladas, Luca Barron, Matthew DeVeter, Wesley Kane, and Hayes Romley. And it's been a great season. Although we got off to a slow start with some injuries to key players, the team really came together during the second half of the season. It was great to see the team chemistry once everyone was back, and it all culminated in our sectional win. Those wins in the semis and finals of sectionals really brought the team together, and hopefully we can continue that momentum into states this Friday.
It really has been a great season, and our success wouldn't be possible without our coach, Mr. Clairfeld. His support and encouragement at practice and matches has been vital to our growth as individual players and as a team. His enthusiasm and love for the sport of tennis is unmatched and is really appreciated. We would also like to thank Mr. Haven for his support and behind the scenes. Finally, we would like to thank our parents for the support they've given us all season long, as well as the snacks that they've brought for the bus. We know you're our biggest supporters. And now we'd like to call up Mr. Clairfeld.
There he is.
Good afternoon. I first want to thank the athletic department, athletic director Haven, Dawn Hartson, and Danielle Villanova for their tireless work they put into each season. It's very much appreciated and often overlooked. I also want to thank the parents for their time to take these players to the countless hitting and training sessions, which they have all done, sometimes 6 or 7 days a week, and also for the countless bagels, bananas, and Gatorades supplied during the season. I'm sure I speak for all these players when I say thanks, Mom and Dad, for everything you've done and are still doing for me, because without you, I would not be on the stage right now. Isn't that right, fellas? Finally, I want to thank the players who have dedicated so much of their time on this lifelong sport, which can be so frustrating at times. Screaming down the line winner, which brings jubilation, can be turned into heartbreak if your racket angle is 0.5 degrees off, or if you meet that ball a millisecond too early or too late. And this kind of moment happens 500 times a match. What a year. I wish I could tell you it was an average year and let you all go to dinner right now, but sadly or happily, that is not going to happen tonight. Between 1937 and 1949, J.R.R. Tolkien wrote a story about a group of friends leaving an idyllic town, but insulated town, to undertake the adventure of their lives. That journey took 185 days in the book Lord of the Rings. I had an interest meeting for boys tennis on February 2nd. That was 124 days ago. Our first practice was March 13th, and during the last 3 months, we have played at the U.S. Open site, one of us playing multiple times in the last weekend, traveled to and had delicious sandwiches at a Binghamton Wegmans, and oh yeah, won the state title for the first time in school history. The tennis team had a great year by any metric. While we started off 1-3, once we had our full roster, we rolled, and the rolling will hopefully continue this Friday at the state semifinals and finals once again at the Tennis Center. I have so many players to recognize for this incredible season, and I'd like to start by recognizing our seniors. When I call your name, please come up and collect the certification. Luca Barron. Hi, Mom. Are you glad you came out for the team? Yeah. All right, good. Charlie Clifford. Oh, this squash, isn't it? Yeah, it does. Wesley Kane, who is not here. He must be training right now. Alex Lattis, also. Maybe they're training together. Hayes Romley. Jay Marshall. You like your stuff at tennis, aren't you? Yeah. And Matthew Tviter. Thanks so much for coming out. Luca, Charlie, Hayes, and Alex all joined the team for the first time this year, and I'm really happy they came out for it. Next, we have some league and section awards. First, our honorable mention all-league awards to players who demonstrated very high quality and success within the league, and these awardees are, you can all three come up and collect those awards, senior co-captain Jay Marshall, senior Charlie Clifford, and 10th grade co-captain Harrison Brown. Charlie Clifford. Well done, man. Harrison Brown, good for you. And Jay Marshall. Next, we have all league awards to those players who are among the top 20 in the league as voted on by the coaches in our league. This year's all league awardees go to freshman Patrick Kenny, freshman Max Monogenis, and 8th grader Jackson Fino. Finally, we have an all-section awardee. This award is given to a player who finishes in the quarterfinals or better in either singles or doubles of the section tournament. That awardee has already collected his medal at that tournament, so I have nothing to give him tonight except congratulations. Our awardee was a finalist in the singles draw and so is very deserving of this honor, and that is Patrick Kenny. I also have some team awards to give out to recognize specific achievement on our team during the season. My first award goes to our Rookie of the Year. This is his first year on the team, and he had a chance to play every position from second singles down to second doubles. Give him a paddle, a racket, a bat, and he can do special things hitting any kind of ball. It was an unexpected honor to have this student join our team. His athleticism is amazing. His demeanor and sportsmanship are both remarkable, and the Middlebury squash coach made a pretty wise move by adding our Rookie of the Year, senior Charlie Clifford. My next award is going to two players for a new award this year, and that is Match of the Year. I want to recognize pivotal moments which changed the course of our season. As it happens, both of these moments happened on the same day. Our road to the sectional title was a roller coaster. Am I going to? Are you delivering food, Alex? Have we did we wake you? I'm going to get going. Anyway, back to the matter of the day. Match of the Year. I want to recognize pivotal moments which changed the course of our season. As it happens, both of these moments happened on the same day. Our road to the sectional title was a roller coaster. Our first round opponent dropped out the night before the tournament was to begin. And at 1 p.m., the day of the tournament, the draw was reconfigured, and with only 2 hours' notice, we had a new first round opponent. We overcame that and much more. In any event, the semifinal was against the number 2 seeded Edgemont team, which is very deep, and we have a relatively friendly rivalry with this team. In fact, some of our players train with theirs, and we have friends on that team. When I looked at the matchup of the two lineups, I thought, okay, PK, that's a win. Third singles, Jackson, that's a win. Second singles, Max, I don't know, he's super close with his opponent. They train all the time. His opponent's on a hot streak. By the way, that opponent just happened to win the state doubles title yesterday, so I was a little unsure. The overall match came down to that match, essentially to this moment where he played the best tennis of his Bronco career so far and pulled out the season, saving match for us, winning 10-4 in a super tiebreak, allowing us to move on in the postseason. And for that, Max Monogenis gets Match of the Year award. Four hours later in the section, you knew you wanted to get these details, didn't you? 4 hours later in the sectional final, we ended up playing the top-seeded team from Byram Hills, a team which is very deep from top to bottom. I actually felt pretty good about our chances because I knew our singles players were stronger. But the X factor when you play Byram Hills, though at least in tennis, is a number of extremely vocal and somewhat irate fans they bring to watch matches. And sure enough, those fans were present. And for the sectional championship match, for some reason they hovered around one specific court, thinking they could rattle this player. Tennis court can be a lonely place when you're playing your opponent, and also are the target of 25 screaming, belligerent spectators. However, this player was able to meet that challenge, maintain his composure, and somehow win in very convincing fashion. It was French philosopher Molière who once said, you knew what you wanted a Molière reference. The greater the obstacle, the more glory in overcoming it. For all these reasons, my second Match of the Year award goes to this 8th grader for his tenacity and once again season-saving effort, Jackson Fino. My last award goes to the most valuable player on the team. Famed college football coach Bear Bryant once said, laugh if you want, "It's not the will to win that matters. Everyone has that. It's the will to prepare to win that matters." If there's one thing you know about this freshman, it's that he prepares and prepares and prepares. He will not be overworked or outworked on the practice court. Among his many highlights of the season are his sectional semifinal effort to come back against the number 2 seed from Amerenik, Max Kalinin, and overcome a first set loss to take that in 3 epic sets in 2.5 hours. During the regular season, he was as automatic as it gets. At the state tournament, he placed 8th, that is, cementing his place at the advanced age of 15 among the best 8 players in the entire state of New York. But he's winning this award tonight not for just his wins, but also what he means for the team. When he's in the lineup, the rest of the players can relax because they know they're in a better position in the lineup for their own success, and also the team has a much better chance of winning. For all these reasons and much more, our MVP of the 2023 season is Patrick Kenny. Ladies and gentlemen, this team has a very strong and obviously a very young core. I don't want to seem brash, but remember, Lord of the Rings had 2 sequels, so don't be surprised if we have similar conversations for the next few years. Hopefully, when next we meet, We will be reigning state champions. Have a great evening.
All right, that concludes Spring Sports Awards, and congratulations to all athletes headed to states. To the annual 2023 Spring Sports Awards. My name is Montgomery Dubé, and I'm accompanied by Graydon O'Keefe. We are the Athletic Council presidents here at Bronxville High School. We want to thank everyone for your continued support for all the Bronco athletes this past season, and a special thank you to everyone behind the scenes who helped ensure that the season ran smoothly. To our athletic director, Mr. Haven, we cannot thank you and Ms. Hartson enough for all your efforts for ensuring the safety of everyone involved. We all know that every athletic season could not be possible without the support of the Board of Education, Superintendent Dr. Kelly, Principal Ms. Meyer, and Assistant Principal Mr. Lassane. Thank you all for our spring coaches for all your time, commitment, and dedication to your respective programs, and the Bronco student athletes. This season was extremely successful because of you. At this time, I'm pleased to hand the microphone over to President Graydon O'Keefe.
Hi, everyone. We would also like to thank our Athletic Council parent presidents, Ms. Petty and Ms. Alcolt, for their leadership, to our parent executive board, and to all the Athletic Council parent volunteers whose hard work, dedication, and efforts help to improve Bronco athletics. Also, we would like to thank the School Foundation for the continued support of Bronco athletics. A very special thank you to our grounds crew led by Yomar Acevedo for keeping our fields in top condition and hanging our senior banners. Thank you to our athletic trainer, Danielle Villanova, for taking such great care of our athletes each season. A special thanks to Brian Parker for helping with the live stream. Finally, a very special thank you to Athletic Council teacher, Ms. McGovern, for her dedication to the Athletic Council. At this time, I'm pleased to hand the microphone back to Montgomery Dubé.
I wanted to begin by extending a big round of applause to all the Athletic Council student members, and especially the Athletic Council seniors, who consistently volunteered their efforts in making this the finest athletic experience for the entire Bronxville community. You will be missed. Also, don't forget about our dodgeball tournament this Wednesday at 6:30. Make sure you sign up. We need some more teams. At this time, we would like to introduce the Bronxville Athletic Director, Mr. Haven.
Good evening. Teams, when you're called up, please fill the front row first, and if there's additional seating needed, then go to the back row. But please sit in the front if possible. Welcome to the year-end athletic awards ceremony tonight. We are here and gathered to honor and recognize the outstanding achievements and contributions of our remarkable athletes. This evening is dedicated to celebrating their dedication, perseverance, and exceptional performances throughout the season. So without further ado, let's begin. As you've heard, it takes many people to run an athletic department properly, so I have a few thank yous. There may be some repetitive names here. First of all, thank you to Mike Lee and Yomar and their crew for all the work they do on our grounds. They do a tremendous job, and sometimes we call them at the last minute and say we need an extra field, so thank you very much. To George Phipps, Victor Prenny, and our security staff for constantly taking care of our athletes and our parents. To all the scorekeepers, clock operators, chaperones, to any of the staff who attends our games, just to make sure they're run professionally, thank you very much. Thank you to Mr. Curran, who tries to make tournaments and seniors nights special for the kids. Thank you to the Bronxville Foundation for all you do. Thanks to the school board, Dr. Kelly, Dan Carlin, Mr. Lusane, Mrs. Meyer, and Mr. Mercora for all their support of our athletes. Thanks to the Athletic Council parents for all their work throughout the year, and to our student officers and members who work under the guidance of Jillian McGovern. Thank you very much for your efforts. They're much appreciated. Thank you to Mr. Fenner for your team photos and all the action shots you provide throughout the season. Thanks to Mr. Russert for coordinating the modified athletics to make sure the young children have a great experience. Thanks to Brian Parker for working tonight, for working on anything we asked him to do for multimedia. It's much appreciated. Thanks to the coaches. Your dedication to making athletics great to the student athletes in Bronxville is much appreciated. Thank you to Danielle Villanova for the care she gives our athletes pre and post injury. And thank you to Dawn Hartson for all she does on a daily basis to ensure that when it's possible we get buses to ensure we have officials and fields. I appreciate all your help. Thank you, Dawn. Lastly, thank you to all the parents. Your dedication and commitment is remarkable. Thank you for encouraging and supporting the student athletes throughout the successes and failures that we create for ourselves throughout the season. Without you, I have no idea how we do it. To the athletes, tonight marks the culmination of a year filled with incredible dedication, perseverance, and outstanding athletic performances. As we gather for the final awards ceremony, I want to take a moment to express my heartfelt appreciation and admiration for each and every one of you. Throughout the year, you have demonstrated immense discipline, resilience, and teamwork, both on and off the field. Your commitment to your sport and the pursuit of excellence is truly inspiring. You have shown us the true meaning of hard work, pushing boundaries, and never giving up, even in the face of challenges. Tonight, as we celebrate your achievements, let it serve as a reminder that every one of you is a champion in your own right. It's not just about the trophies and accolades, but the growth, personal development, and memories you have created along the way. Remember that success in athletics is not measured solely by victories, but by the values you embody as student athletes, the lessons you have learned, the friendships you have forged, and the character you have built are true rewards of your journey. As you continue your path, carry with you the determination, passion, and sportsmanship that you have brought you to this moment. Embrace every challenge as an opportunity to learn and grow, and never forget the joy that comes from playing the sport you love. As we celebrate the achievements of these exceptional athletes, let us remember that their hard work, passion, and determination inspire us all. Congratulations to all the athletes. Let's give them a round of applause. Finally, athletes, I encourage you to recognize the support and sacrifices of your coaches, teammates, families, and friends who have stood by your side throughout this journey. They have cheered for you, inspired you, and believed in you. Take a moment tonight to express your gratitude and celebrate the bonds you have formed. At this time, I'd like to invite the girls' golf team to please come forward, and the captains take the podium.
Good evening, my name is Olivia Newton, and we are Girls Golf. I am the captain, and our head coach is Mr. Martin. And now I'd like to introduce the sole senior on our team, Gussie Ventura. Just stand up with him. Hi, all. My name is Olivia Newton, and I am proud to call myself the captain of the Bronxville Girls varsity golf team. Emerging from last year's team with only 3 returning members, many of us were anxious about what this new season would hold. I'm happy to say that it has turned out better than ever imagined. After seeing a large influx of girls interested in participating this season, we were ecstatic to expand our numbers and feel more like a team. Despite our team's diversity in terms of skill and experience, each one of our players showed drive, good sportsmanship, and most importantly, a strong love and passion for the sport. I was proud as a captain to see our new members show up with a will to learn and a good attitude, regardless of weather conditions or whether they wanted to be there. I would also like to address our two returning and more senior members of the team, Kate Sod and Eloise Liggett. Words cannot describe how proud we were to see them both excel even farther returning this year, both in practice and in matches. Watching them both break 50 has been a privilege to watch and made me feel even prouder about our team. Not only have they both played astoundingly, but they have also helped show leadership with the new members of our team and help integrate them into the world of Bronxville Girls Golf. Finally, I would like to thank our coach, Mr. Martin, who has helped make this season possible and who has been out playing with us on the course every practice and match, encouraging and supporting us all in endeavors both on the green and off the course. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Olivia. This is a very eloquent speech. It was a great season, and I'm confident with all of our players returning that next year will be even better and will be even more competitive. I'd like to thank everybody on the team for coming out and participating and getting better every practice and really being great to each other. I'm going to be giving out, I'm giving 3 of our most experienced players awards tonight. The first goes to our captain, who is an absolute pleasure. She helped me communicate and coordinate with the team all season long. Furthermore, she was extremely supportive and encouraging to all of her teammates. This is why Olivia Newton has earned the Leadership Award. In the beginning of the season, I set a goal for all of our athletes to break 50. This next award is for our first player to do so. I'm so pleased that she met the challenge, and I'm confident that she will continue to improve her game and probably break 45 next season. The Breaking 50 award goes to Eloise Liggett. Finally, while all of the members of our team love golf, this next awardee may be the most enthusiastic. The winner of this award has a passion for the sport that is contagious. She worked very hard at it, and her efforts are paying off. She was the first member of our team to hit a birdie this season. I know there are many more to come. The Birdie Award goes to our youngest member of the team, Kate Sott. Thanks for a great season, and we'll be even better next year.
Now we would like to welcome the boys lacrosse team to the stage and captains to the podium.
What? Me?
Sit in the front.
Yeah, sit in the front.
Fill it up.
Fill it up.
Our coaches are.
Yeah. Yeah. Good evening. My name is Luke Riggi, and we are the boys lacrosse team. The captains are myself, Sean McGrath, and Chris Patterson. Our coaches are head coach Chris Spillane, assistant coach Andrew Murray, other assistant coach Dominic Valerio, and finally Daniel Sullivan.
I'm going to introduce the seniors, Owen Atkinson, Luke Stevens, Declan Keaveney, Pierce Patterson, Wilder Bergen, Chris Patterson, and myself.
All right, and we want to thank the athletic department, more specifically our athletic director, Mr. Haven, and also Ms. Hartson.
Thank you to our athletic trainer, Danielle, for her consistent efforts in keeping us healthy on and off the field. Thank you to the school board and the school foundation for their unwavering support of Bronco athletics. We would also like to thank and show our appreciation to all the parents for supporting and sacrificing their spring to make our season the best it can be. Last but certainly not least, thank you to our coaches for guiding us through the season.
Thank you and good evening. I first want to thank the administration, Mr. Haven, Ms. Hartson. This was my first year here, and I probably annoyed them to no end with questions, and they've been so supportive and helpful in my transition, and I just wanted to give an extra special thanks for that. To my staff, Don Valario, Andrew Murray, and then our JV staff, Danny Sullivan, Joey Tortorella, they were fantastic. They have such good relationships with the boys, and were also really helpful in, one, my acclimation to, to the school and the district, but also just in supporting them every day, and it was really a special thing to watch. One of the things that Mr. Haven said to me when I first got the job was he talked about how supportive the community and the parents were, and I was blown away at every turn at how true that really is. It really takes a community to make an athletic program special. I've been to a few different schools, and this is by far just the most special in that sense. So parents, thank you to all ends. The Booster Club, I mean, really, it's an incredible place, and you guys show it at every chance that you get. And then my last thank you is to the BYLA, who helps get these boys ready to get to the JV and varsity level and play high school lacrosse. For our season, we went in with some high expectations on the field, and unfortunately we fell a little bit short of those. But one of the things that we talked about day in and day out was making sure that we got better every day and that we played our best lacrosse, in May in the playoffs. And we had some rough patches. We played probably the most difficult schedule in the section. It was something that we wanted to do to make sure that it got us better, got us prepared. And I told these guys after our loss against Pleasantville in the playoffs that I don't know that I've ever been more proud of a group that I've coached. We hit so many tough points on the season facing that tough schedule, and they never really flinched. We had some opportunities where it would have been easy to question things or to point fingers at each other, and just every day they worked harder and harder to become more of a team, more of a unit, and more of a collective. And it was so impressive to see how we started at one place on March 13th or whatever day one of practice was, and on that last day, those last couple of weeks, we really were, it was special to see. And it was so, every day was a pleasure to be with these guys. They made it so enjoyable. They're a special group of kids, and especially the seniors and our captains. They've made everything so easy, and really everything that we pitched to them, they kind of just took it and ran with it. And again, it showed in those, especially in those last few weeks on the field. To our seniors, again, thank you. I know Sean had shouted them out before. We have some special certificates for you guys. So, yeah, what do we have? Yeah, just give me the names and we'll call it. So, we'll call you guys up here. And then as far as the rest of the awards, I'm going to announce our award winners, and then we'll give you guys, we don't have all the plaques, so we'll give them to you at the dinner on Sunday, okay? So our first senior, Captain Sean McGrath. Okay. Next, senior, Chris Patterson. Next up is no relation, Pierce Patterson. So we've got good shorts on.
Always got to be different.
Next up, Luke Stevens. Owen Atkinson. Wilder Bergen. And last but not least, Declan Caveni. My mistake. And then we had a few players who were honored with individual awards. Again, we're going to save those for the dinner. So we'll just honor them here. And then, like I said, we'll give you guys your awards on Sunday at the team dinner. So first up, we had honorable mention all league was Jack Riley and Luke Stevens. Honorable mention all section was Wilder Bergen and Pierce Patterson. All section was Luca Riggi and Sean McGrath. And then All-American Chris Patterson. Who was on there? Okay. Thank you again to everybody. Like I said, this is a special place to coach, and this was a special group, and I'm very fortunate, and I hope that all of these guys feel the same way. So thank you very much. Yes. Yeah, let's take them.
I didn't see it. Yeah, boys.
Thank you, guys.
I'm good.
You want your notes?
Oh, yeah.
We'd now like to welcome boys baseball to the stage and captains to the podium.
Good evening. Jamie. Good evening. My name is Connor Kenny, and we are boys baseball. The captains are myself, Ted Harity, Chris Lockwood, and Ethan Jaquette. Our coaches are head coach Michael Schultz, assisted by Michael Marino. And now I'd like to introduce the seniors on our team. Our seniors include Ted Harity, Ethan Jaquette, Chris Lockwood, Jeremy Freeman, Jamie Valdez, David Lopez-Ryan, and Jack Deneen.
We would like to thank everyone who made this season possible. Thank you to Lenny Marone, our amazing groundskeeper, Yomar Acevedo for his continuous help and support, all of our parents and family members who showed up to every game. A special thank you to Mr. Jaquette for allowing us to use Rise and Grind, and to Mrs. Jaquette and Mrs. Freeman for providing water at every game. And thank you to the athletic department, specifically Mr. Haven and Ms. Hartson.
Some more thank yous to the school board, the administration, all baseball boosters, Coach Schultz and Coach Marino, Mr. Fenner, Mrs. Kenny, and Walker Liggett for all taking photos this year. Thank you to Mrs. Schultz for all your help behind the scenes to make our Disney trip amazing and wonderful, Mr. Curran for broadcasting our playoff games, and of course, all the students who showed us great support throughout the season.
It's a little bittersweet standing up here, knowing that I and the rest of these guys won't have another chance to play a baseball game. 54 wins and 3 league titles later, as well as eclipsing 100 career wins for Coach Schultz along the way, we've brought and sustained a winning culture back to Bronxville baseball. But beyond the incredible amount of success we've had on the field over the past 3 years, it's the non-baseball things that truly makes this team special, and the stuff that I'll always remember and miss the most. We've been fortunate to have great coaches in the past, including Anthony Vaglica and Frank DeZenzo, who both had to step down this year, but their impact on each and every one of the players on this team cannot be understated. That being said, Coach Schultz stepped up as our head coach this year, and Coach Marino got back into the fold after some years off with the program, and it is a result of their leadership that we were able to have the culture that we do and have the season that we did. Thank you both for all that you do. I want to again thank everyone involved with the program for their support and for making these 3 seasons possible. Finally, I want to thank my teammates for filling the last 3 years with memories that I'll never forget and for the friendships that I otherwise may have never had. You guys make being a part of Bronxville baseball something truly special.
Thank you and congratulations to all teams, coaches, and athletes. We would like to now introduce head coach Michael Schultz and assistant coach Michael Marino.
Good evening. We've gone through a number of thank yous. I wanted to make sure to say thank you myself, first to the athletics office, athletic director Mr. Joe Haven, and athletic office assistant Mrs. Dawn Hartson, to the school administration, Superintendent Kelly, Principal Meyer, Assistant Principal Lassane, to the maintenance team, Jomar Acevedo and Jara Aquino, field maintenance, Lenny Marone, we call him Leonardo da Vinci. When the field is 3 feet underwater, we somehow manage to get games in. Thank you to Danielle Villanova for keeping everybody healthy this season. Thank you to our resident MC, Tom Curran, adding the color commentation to the games. Another thank you to George Jaquette and his partners at Rise and Grind. A huge part of our success, if the weather didn't cooperate, we had a hitting facility to stay sharp, which we all much appreciated. Thank you to the captains' moms, Bridget Lockwood, Jenny Richardson, Cece Harity, and Sarah Kenny, and all of the Bronxville baseball parents who took care of driving, snacks, water, team dinners, and unwavering support. Thank you to the coaching staff, Kyle Santiago of the modified program, Zach Miller with JV, and Michael Marino, varsity assistant. I have to also say thank you to Bat Boys, Joe Burke, and Gusto Marino. The boys talked about a lot of our success, and I'll try to keep this in layman's terms, but just some statistics I thought you might like to know about this particular team. We had a 17-2-1 regular season record, 19-4-1 overall. I have to correct Ted, we were 55-11-1 over the last 3 seasons. That's an .821 winning percentage. You don't see that very often. A team like this that puts together 3 dominant seasons like that. I have to say thank you to Anthony Vaglica and Frank DeZenzo, who were also a huge part of that success. We were the #1 seed in Section 1 Class B for the 3rd straight year. Our team batting average was .317, team ERA 1.48, with a run differential of 165 runs scored in comparison to 50 runs yielded, only 30 of those being earned. And our 4 losses on the year were only by 1 run. At this time, I'd like to just mention all of the team members. Have them stand when I say your name. Freshman Jake Donnelly. Sophomores Henry Vale, Jack Kennedy, Jack Angemi, and Gavin Smart. Juniors Toby Wardell, Nick Ranieri, and Captain Connor Kenny. And our amazing seniors, Captains Chris Lockwood, Ethan Jaquette, and Ted Harity. Jeremy Freeman, Jamie Valdez, David Lopez Ryan, and Jack Deneen. Now to the awards. We have 2 special awards for 2 of our seniors. We're calling them Senior Spirit Awards for their selfless contributions and spirit. Those go to Jack Deneen and David Lopez Ryan. Now to our all-league honorable mention. Pitcher, outfielder, infielder, sophomore Henry Vale. and third baseman pitcher, sophomore Jack Kennedy. Now to our All-League honorees. Jeremy Freeman, senior, had a productive offensive season with 21 hits, 11 runs, and 15 RBIs, committing only one error at first base with 124 putouts and 5 assists. He made some big saves on errant throws, and Jeremy made one appearance on the mound during which he threw a 5-inning no-hitter against Yonkers High School with 7 strikeouts and only 3 walks, so he ended the year with a 0.00 ERA. All-League, Jeremy Freeman. Also All-League, one of our special senior center fielder, Jamie Valdez. He had a strong offensive season with 18 hits, 19 runs, 11 RBIs, and 15 stolen bases, playing a stellar center field with only 1 error, running down balls in the gaps, and collecting 48 putouts with 3 assists. Jamie's speed and athleticism were huge contributors to Bronxville's success this season. Jamie Valdez. All-League, All-Section, and Team Defensive Player of the Year, junior catcher and captain Connor Kenny. Not sure. Connor established himself as a premier offensive threat this season, finishing the season with a .457 batting average, .500 on-base average, .586 slugging average, 19 RBIs, and 13 stolen bases as a catcher. Of his 19 RBIs, 10 either tied a game or put Bronxville in the lead in the late innings. As a defensive catcher, he had 171 putouts and 8 assists, committing not 1 error while allowing only 6 pass balls all season. And he threw out 10 of 28, 48% of runners who attempted to steal on him, several to erase late-inning runners in close games. Fear of Connor's strong, accurate arm is why opponents average less than 1 attempted steal per game. Connor is not different than most catchers in that he is tough and gritty, but the combination of his offensive production, elite defense, and receiving were a huge piece of Bronxville's success. He's already been clapped for. All-League, Section 1 Diamond 9+1 Scholar Athlete and Dan O'Neill Coaches Award goes to senior second baseman pitcher Ted Harity. Ted suited up for all 24 games and contributed as a solid second baseman and starting pitcher, posting a 3-0 record with a 3.27 ERA and 31 strikeouts in 28 innings pitched. Ted is a player who gives 110% to every pitch, every play, and every at-bat, and he had a knack for coming through in big spots. Ted added to Bronxville's offensive production with 19 hits, 24 runs, 22 RBIs, 16 stolen bases, and 7 sacrifices. Ted is a team leader loaded with competitive fire and energy that sets a positive tone on the field and in the dugout, and he prides himself on being the first one there and the last one to leave. Number 7, senior second baseman pitcher Ted Harity. All-League, All-Section, League Most Valuable Player, Team Heart and Hustle Award, and Team Co-Most Valuable Player are shortstop and pitcher number 8, senior captain Ethan Jaquette. In over 40 years in organized baseball, Ethan is one of the hardest workers I have worked with. He loves to compete and he loves to play baseball, as evidenced by his trademark smile. He played a fantastic shortstop with only 4 errors and was the spark that ignited the Bronxville offense all season long, including him going 9 for 17 in the postseason. He finished the season with a .486 batting average, .722 on base average, meaning he got on base 3 out of 4 times he stepped up to the plate or thereabouts, a .597 slugging average, 33 runs, and 33 stolen bases in 23 games. He was also a big game pitcher who posted a 4-2 record with a 1.83 ERA and 25 strikeouts in 27 innings with a whip of 1.185. Ethan's focus and 110% effort made him a natural leader who was well respected by umpires, teammates, opponents, and coaches. We are proud of his accomplishments and look forward to him representing Bronxville baseball at the University of Rochester as a University of Rochester Yellow Jacket next year. Ethan Jaquette. And finally, all league, all section, league pitcher of the year, team pitcher of the year, and co-most valuable player, #1 senior captain, pitcher, third baseman, Chris Lockwood. Chris is the total package, as his mental approach takes his physical talent to a different level. As Bronxville's ace, he was 8-1 this year as a senior and yielded only 2 earned runs all season. Over the course of 3 years on varsity, he was 20-2 with a 1.56 ERA and 137 strikeouts. He threw complete games in all of his starts this season, had a 64-pitch no-hitter with 11 strikeouts, no walks, and 1 hit batter against Dobbs Ferry on May 2nd. Including the postseason, opposing teams batted .145 against Chris, and he struck out 55 batters in 56 innings. His final ERA was 0.55, and his final whip was 0.732. Chris was also a critical part of Bronxville's offense, finishing the year with a .403 batting average, .554 on base average, .429 slugging average, 16 runs, 30 RBIs, and 12 stolen bases. Like Ethan, umpires, coaches, and opponents would agree that Chris has composure and mound presence that is rare in high school baseball. And we wish him all the best as he'll be suiting up at Hobart College next season. Chris Lockwood. Just as a final word, I've been around this game a long time, and this is one of those special teams. Many of them putting in the hard work as middle schoolers during preseason workouts since I rejoined the program in 2019. These boys are throwbacks to old school baseball, and they remind me of my favorite teammates. The way they work hard, embrace some old school baseball methods and tactics, have each other's backs, put team first, respect the game as models of good sportsmanship, and just love each other. We're a family, and it's been my honor to coach them. You guys can go. Ready?
Now we'd like to welcome boys golf to the stage and captains to the podium. Good evening. My name is Graydon O'Keefe, and we are the golf team. Our captains are Charles Vantienhoven, David O'Shaughnessy, and myself, and our coach is Mr. Lockwood. I'd like to start by introducing the seniors on the team and invite the entire, starting off with Charles Vantienhoven, David O'Shaughnessy, Dallas Agnew, and Remy Batia, who could not be here tonight, Jack Martin, Will Fang, and myself. And I'd like to begin by thanking everyone that plays a role in our season, including Coach Lockwood and our parents, as well as all of the work done behind the scenes by Mr. Haven and Ms. Hartson. We'd like to thank our parents because there were several times this season where it was 3:15 and our bus didn't show up, but we always had parents ready and willing to drive us up to Rye or Mamaroneck, as well as organizing snacks and an awesome dinner and night golf for the end of the season. Mr. Lockwood, we'd like to thank you for your dedication to the team, which was shown time and time again throughout the season. And finally, we'd like to thank Cy-Illinois for generously continuing to offer access to their facilities.
Thank you, Graydon. I'm David O'Shaughnessy, for those that don't know me, or for Coach Lockwood, who probably can't see me from back there. We just want to say some other thank yous to Alex Holderness, who helped us with our gear this year. Again, I'd like to thank Cy-Illinois. My dad and Mr. Van Tienhoven work very hard to get us on the course a lot, and we play at one of the best courses in the county, so we're very grateful for that. And just a quick recap of the year. The back end guys played really good at the beginning. The top guys played well at the end and got us to the championship, second year in a row. What happened at the championship, we don't need to talk about tonight, but it was a good season. We sent 4 golfers to the section individual tournament, 2 of which went to states, and Graydon placed top 20, 16 in the state, which, for reference, there's 650 golfers just in section 1, and there's 11 sections there, so it's very impressive. So round of applause for Graydon.
Lastly, we have to give a special thank you to Coach Lockwood. Coach is always the first man to try to defer all credit for our team's success to the players, but this year our run to the team section championship quite literally could not have happened without him. Every year, the 4 teams with the best average scores in the section qualify for the team section championship, and entering the last week of the season, Coach took the time to crunch the numbers and realized that we were in 5th by a very narrow margin, and only had 2 matches left to make up the difference. To give us every possible chance to qualify, he found another coach with an open date that week and managed to schedule us 1 more match on the very last day of the season. In this final match, we had by far our best team performance of the season, and that score helped us slide into the 4th spot by less than half a stroke. He will try to deny it, but his hard work and dedication throughout the season were as big a part of our success as that of any player on the team. So Coach, thank you so much for all you've done. And even with a massive core of 7 seniors graduating this year, the future of Bronxville golf couldn't be in better hands. And speaking of, we would now like to welcome Coach Lockwood to the stage.
I have nothing left to say. They took it all. So thank you very much, guys, for all of that and for the nice welcome. Congratulations to all of our athletes this evening and in the spring. I too, though, must thank Cy-Illinois for all their continued support, our athletic department, Ms. McGovern for working tirelessly to get my senior banners all printed, which I have outside, boys, so don't leave without them tonight. And really to our captains' parents for all that they do, to the Van Hovens, to the O'Keefes, and to the O'Shaughnessy's for putting together all the events for the boys to really help build the bonds, to build those bonds that they have formed through a game that they love. So as they mentioned, the boys were 15-4 this year, perfect 6-0 in the league. They were the league champs this year again. Their rare losses came only to schools like Scarsdale, Ryan, Harrison, who they also beat throughout the season as well. So they can run with those big boys too. As they mentioned, they qualified for the team sectional tournament this year, which is only one of the top 4 best teams in the section can play in that. And while they fell short during that event, their resolve, commitment, and their never quit attitude was really the reason for them even being there. Shooting a 190 at Hampshire on the final week of the season and a 194 at Rye Golf, that really earned them their spot. So congratulations for that effort. We have 4 all-league golfers this year. We have Graydon O'Keefe, David O'Shaughnessy, Charles Vanterhoven, and Walker Liggett. They're all league golfers. And these 4 also qualified for the individual tournament that was held at Walkabout Country Club. Sorry, I'm just going through some of the things that they've already told you. Three of the boys, Graydon and David and Charles, all qualified for round 2, as Walker just missed the cut by a stroke to advance. He loves that I just brought that up. I do bring it up, though, because he will get his revenge next year, and I do want to call Walker up just to congratulate him on being named captain of the team for next year. So congratulations, Walker. I just want to shake your hand. Really have nothing for him. I just wanted to shake his hand and let him know that that was happening. We are graduating 7 of the 12 this year, and so there's a job to be done in that role as captain, and Walker is certainly the person for that job. On a very difficult, cold, and windy day at Trump National, Hudson Valley, Graydon posted a score of 76, and David posted a score of 77, which earned the two of them, earned each of them two of the 9 spots in the Section 1 state team. That's hard to say just because it doesn't happen very often, where we have numerous golfers from our school representing in the state team. The last time that happened was in 2016. So again, it just shows both David and Graydon's toughness out there in difficult conditions. That led us to this past weekend, where just 6 short hours ago and 241 miles away, David and Graydon both ended their high school golf careers in Elmira, New York on the Mark Twain Golf Course. David posted respectable numbers of 87 and 86 today. He had a tough start this morning with a very tricky backside, but yet he stuck with it throughout his day and ended up being just 2 over on the back 9 of his round today with 3 sand saves, which was a remarkable accomplishment for his very last match as a senior golfer. So congratulations to David. Graydon posted an 81 on his first day at Mark Twain, and then went out today and just went 2 over, 74, to make him 15th overall in New York State, earning him all-state golfer honors on a great round that he put together today. So congratulations to Graydon. Just a couple of individual awards to speak of this year. We have our Most Improved Golfer of the Year award. Unfortunately, Dallas Agnew can't be with us this evening, but Dallas this year, he became a very integral member of our starting 6 throughout the season. After playing in only a very few matches last year, he worked tirelessly, and his effort throughout the season was felt and appreciated. He was often on the range or at the putting green after practices or matches, and so that effort paid off. So congratulate Dallas Agnew for his Most Improved Golfer of the Year award. And finally, I have 2 co-MVPs that I wanted to speak of, and they are both Graydon O'Keefe and David O'Shaughnessy. And just a couple of quick words about them. Really words in numbers. David likes to joke how I'm so good with numbers as an English teacher, but here are a couple of good ones. Against our largest and most difficult opponents, these 2 shined the brightest. In our match against Scarsdale, Graydon shot a 37. David shot a 37. In our match against Rye, Graydon shot a 34. David shot a 40. In a match against Scarsdale, David put down a 38. Our other Rye match, Graydon shot a 39, David put in a 35. That's big-time MVP golf right there at its finest. It's the reason why they are our most valuable golfers of the year. They're also most valuable to me and as a representation of what Bronxville has to offer. Golf is unique in that the players get to spend an awful lot of time with other kids throughout the day and other golfers. They also get to spend a lot of time with the coaches, just waiting around on putting greens or after matches. And to a team that we play, to every single golfer that they play with and every coach that they've walked with and been around, they have nothing but amazing things to say about them, about the community, and about their family. So a true testament to Bronxville athletics in both our most valuable golfers. So congratulations, David and Graydon. Come on up here. And am I just going to say goodnight and have a good evening, or do we have more to do? But that was your Bronxville golf team right there. So congratulations to all of the athletes. Seniors, don't leave.
That concludes tonight's Spring Sports Awards. Thank you to everyone for coming, and congratulations to all athletes.